Hi, I'm Leanne Ely. I'm a nutritionist, a New York Times best-selling author, and some people even say I'm a life coach. I started the Daily Dish Show to share my story, my truth, and my journey to vibrancy, and to inspire others to do the same. Because it's all about grit, perseverance, and finding a way despite the odds. It's about embracing the whole woman, not just the parts that are easy to love, and feeding her heart, mind, body, and soul. But I found that this isn't just my story, it's your story too. It's go time. This is the Daily Dish. And it is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And I don't know about you, but I'm having a whole lot of thanks right now. Thank you so much for being in my universe. I really appreciate that. And thank you too for showing up the way you have all these years, really, for the Daily Dish and for the support that you give Saving Dinner, a small women-owned business, as you know, and the Dream Team, and all of us, really. We're very, very, very grateful for you. Today's show is recorded because I, like every other human being, well, in the United States anyway, it's crazy Thanksgiving time. So we're getting ready, and we had a little misfire on my Misfits box. So instead of getting 2 bags of yellow potatoes, I got 1 bag of regular potatoes and some blueberries. That wasn't what I ordered, but you know, I like Misfits. Just every once in a while, they don't exactly hit the nail on the head. So I get all kinds of weird stuff sometimes. So I just kind of roll with it. Anyway, today is the last day of our Black Friday sale. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and we're going to be off. I'm not ashamed to say it. Every single one of everybody, the Dream Team, the whole Dream Team will be with their families doing their thing, just like you will be. We will have a Thanksgiving message for you, of course. But other than that, we are going to be completely dark on Thanksgiving Thursday. We'll be back on Black Friday. Of course we will. And we have some stuff planned for you for maybe some Cyber Monday stuff. So I'm just letting you know things are happening. Things are good. The other thing that I want to tell you is just keep tabs on your emails. You know, the newsletters is how you get your daily dish. This is where we tell you about special things that are coming up. And we want to make sure that you feel seen and heard, and that you also know that we curate our content to make sure that it's checking the boxes of the stuff that you need. Amen. So anyway, I'm just letting you know about all of that. Meanwhile, we're talking about positivity this week, which I think is really good. And piggybacking onto that, some gratitude, especially during Thanksgiving. And, you know, shouldn't we all have a lot to be thankful for? Sure. But the thing that we need to be looking at, how transformational positivity is, because this is one of the attributes of a wise woman, is she chooses positivity. Henry David Thoreau said, "Things do not change, we do." Isn't that the truth? When you create a different response, say, to that knee-jerk reaction that we talked about yesterday, you find yourself in a whole different light. You find yourself in a different place, and you start doing things a whole lot differently. You rethink things. You correct things that are maybe out of balance, and you find yourself a whole lot less hand-wringy and a whole lot less anxious about the future. Isn't that great? You might even find yourself less apt to be rolling around in the past, and instead starting to savor the very present moment, which is basically all we have. So psychologists tell us, you're gonna love this. Psychologists tell us that the more we deliberately and purposely do things that are positive, the better we feel. And to that, I say a great big duh. Of course, of course. You know, you get more of what you do. You get more of what you think about. You get more of the same. This is why we have to be very deliberate on our thoughts, and very deliberate about our decisions, and very deliberate about the words that are coming out of our mouths. Because sometimes in the name of humor, in the name of just kind of being, you know, a cut up, or in the name of just being a little bit hyperbolic, we find ourselves pigeonholing ourselves into a corner where we don't have the choices that maybe we could have had we not done or said these kind of things. It's really interesting how your whole vocabulary and the way you think and the way you speak can completely change the direction of your life. It's true. And the more positive it is, the more your higher your vibe is, and everything just works out for great, actually. So one of the things that psychologists also say is that counting your blessings increases gratitude. Again, a big duh. But this is called an emotional piggyback technique. Now, the reason why is that gratitude swells the empathy and the positivity. You can feel it, can't you? I certainly can. I know you can. You can feel it in your beautiful self. You know, everything lights up when we have a lot of gratitude. So having this kind of gratitude is and emotionally piggybacking that gratitude on will help you to stay positive and develop a new positive loop instead of the old negative loops that we have discussed. So how do we do this? Okay, I've got, let me see how many things. Gotta look at my notes here. I have 3 things to do and how they can transform things. You ready? Okay, first up is what you do daily. And I will tell you that when you set up an intentional environment for success, you will get success. It's very interesting how this whole thing works. So if you find yourself in a negative loop of, man, I just keep eating the Oreos that are in that pantry. Every time I open the door, it's just and here I go. And it's just this negative loop. And you've replayed this thing over and over for years. Move the Oreos, set the environment up for success, or create like a snack box with a padlock. I mean, whatever it is that you have to do something dramatic that completely alters your environment. When we do that, we're saying this is the path to success. And this one, we've already proven over and over again, this does not work. So now we have a new way to get it done. Now, I just want to preface this with one more thing. And the second thing is this maybe that first thing that you did to create this new pathway to success wasn't quite on the nose. Maybe it didn't quite work. That doesn't mean quit on yourself. That just means find another way. This is what our friend Diana Nyad told us. If it didn't work at first, go try it again. Try and try and try. The whole thing is having grit and not quit, and especially never quitting on yourself, because you can set your environment up for your success. It's a custom job. Only you can do it. Got that? Number 2, emotional piggybacking creates momentum. It creates hope. And speaking it and saying it to lift others up is what the name of the game is. Because as you lift them up, you lift yourself up at the same time. That's just the immediate feedback. Because everybody feels good about feeling good. And when you're the one doing it, it just boomerangs right back to you. Have you noticed that? And also, it also brings on momentum with kindness. So when we're doing something and having acts of kindness go out, acts of kindness will come back. You reap what you sow. Laws of the universe, y'all. It just is. And test this. Test this. One of the things that I started to say every single morning when I get up, and as a matter of fact, I have a 3x5 under my Kleenex holder right next to my bed. I'm just kind of sticking out. It's not sitting out there, just so that I remember, is show me how great today can be. It's like just saying to God, I believe, I know you care about me. I know you know the numbers of the hairs on my head. I know all of these things. So show me how great today can be. What if we started our days like that with expectation that today is going to be wonderful? Because when we are emotionally piggybacking, we're throwing down expectation that we expect that this is going to be great. And then we get this confidence that things are going to be good. And one of the things that you can do, I will say, is to share a little bit of like how things are working out for you, how things are going your way with somebody else who's maybe a little discouraged. Just say, I get that, but you know what? Things are going my way. And this is some of the stuff that I did. And I want to share this with you because I want to share this abundance, this great feeling that I have. It might seem a little braggadocious, but at the same time, somebody needs something that's going to lift them up. And your little vote of confidence might show them a new way. Think about that. And number 3 is to think. This is another thing. How can I get more of this? Things are going well and things are starting to feel pretty good. And gratitude is really starting to transform your heart and the way you look at things. How do you get more of this? Well, here's something that I've been doing too. And as it comes in and as it starts to land and as I start to see things are really going well, I will just have a silent prayer and just say, thank you, more, please. There's nothing wrong with asking for more. Never wrong to ask for more. That doesn't mean there's ingratitude there. No, you say thank you first and then you say more, please. Why not? My kids used to do that. Thank you, mommy, more, please. So this kind of positivity broadens our base of optimism, squeezing out negativity, and opens up options. It gives us possibilities where there wasn't any before because we couldn't see them because we were too blinded by our ingratitude. We were too blinded by this negative loop that we were stuck in. And just taking that little couple of steps forward into a place of looking and searching for the gratitude starts to open the doors of possibilities and helps to find solutions to problems that maybe have been sitting there for a long time. Creativity abounds in this kind of thinking. It's crazy. So you know what happens when you start having this kind of thinking? You know what happens with this kind of positivity and gratitude? It transforms your thoughts. It transforms your thoughts. Your thoughts now start to change. Instead of looking for stuff that's wrong, you start looking for stuff that's right. You know what else it does? It's number 2, it moves your health because there is the good chemicals, the healthy happiness hormones are now surging through your body. It's that simple. It also helps you, number 3, with coping and overwhelm. Because you know what? You can look at it and you go, you know what? That's a lot, but I can handle this. That's a lot, but I'm on it. That's a lot. However, I know with a little bit of gratitude and some positive energy, I can figure this out. I've figured it out before. I'll figure it out again. Can't tell you how many times I've said that. Number 4, it transforms you from somebody who caves in to somebody who is resilient, to a woman who is saying, you know what, with enough gratitude and enough know-how and enough optimism and enough, not knowing and just looking ahead and just deciding that things are going to go for you and things are going to go your way and that you have gratitude for whatever it is that you have on your plate, that things will transform. It changes you and creates resilience. Number 5, and this is a big one, it also helps to create better relationships. You know how? Who doesn't want to be around somebody who's positive and full of gratitude all the time? Who doesn't want to be around a spouse who's saying, I so appreciate the way you fill in the blank? Who doesn't want to be with that person who is perpetually smiling because life's always working out on their behalf? That's what gratitude does. That's how it transforms. And number 6, it makes your job better and more enjoyable. Have you thought about how grateful you are for your job? I do every single day. There are days where I'm just kind of like, oh gosh, it's hard. It's never just a piece of cake or cakewalk or whatever it is. It's never just that. But there are days where it is tough, and there are days where it's just, I am so full of gratitude for everything, top to bottom, soup to nuts. Try that. Just try choosing that and see how that makes your heart swell and how it makes you feel. And number 7, it gives you a satisfaction in life. Even when the going gets tough, that blip on the radar isn't the end of the world. And you're no longer reacting as if you've been, somebody put a hot poker in your eye. You're instead saying, well, you know what? This too shall pass. And we remember that our emotions are just like waves in the ocean. They come and they go, the good stuff and the bad stuff. But here's the whole thing that I know, and this is you can take this one to the bank. The power of positivity coupled with enormous gratitude will completely change the trajectory of your life. It will help you 100%. 1,000 times. Yes, it will. And as a matter of fact, one of the things that I'm going to put out there as a double dog dare you is to start your day with this question, with this statement. Show me how great it can get today. Show me how wonderful today is. And be expecting nothing but the best. Watch your heart swell with gratitude. Works every time, promise. Peace be with you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Get it all done. And remember, I don't know, you might still need a Thanksgiving menu. Go to savingdinner.com/Thanksgiving. It's all right there. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. You can find me on TikTok for daily tips to help support your most vibrant life. And remember, you are the author of your own story. Until next time.